I'm going to go over all the standings in women's basketball for the Power Six, as in like the SEC, the ACC, the Pac 12, Big Ten, and Big East. So now, first the Pac 12 Stanford 13-2, Utah 13-3, Colorado 12-4, Arizona 11-5, UCLA 10-7. 10-5, USC 9-7, Washington State 8-8, Washington 7-9, Oregon 5-11, Cal 4-12, Oregon State 3-13, Arizona State they're winless 0-16. That's just one standings right now. Now I'm going to go over the ACC. I just want to inform on the standings race for all this, especially some intriguing conferences. The ACC goes as follows: Duke 13-3, Notre Dame 13-3, Virginia Tech 12-4, Louisville 11-5, Florida State 11-5, Miami, Florida 10-6, North Carolina 10-6, NC State 8-8, Syracuse 8-9, Wake Forest 5-11, Clemson 5-11, Virginia 4-12, Georgia Tech 4-12, Boston College 4-13, Pitt 3-13. Now I'm going to go over the Big 12. And it's not Baylor at the top. They're just having some growing pains this year. And they've had a bad hand all year long with no Dre Edwards because of that stupid Kentucky women's basketball coach not signing a waiver despite Dre doing everything in their own power academically. And they've had injuries all year long. Especially Asia Blackwell, who was supposed to be like the Big 12 player of the year. And no Kendra Gillespie for a while. But that's just besides the point. And a lot of new faces and all that. And a lot of people, some of the trolls out there want Nikki Collin to be fired. They're fools. It's year 2. Be patient. And she won a Big 12 last year with the depleted roster. So that's another reason. And you can't judge a coach until their first recruiting class or second recruiting class when they're all through. So Texas 12-3, Oklahoma 12-3, Iowa State 9-5, Oklahoma State's 9-5, West Virginia 7-7, Baylor 7-7. It's because of head to head, but both those teams are going to play each other again. Oh, Kansas 6-8, Texas Tech 4-10, Kansas State 4-10. They actually had a loss. And that's to the worst team in the conference, and that's TCU. That's 1-13. That's a bad loss because they're on the bubble. Tech's on the bubble. Even West Virginia's on the bubble. So, and if you want to check out all the other schedules for all these teams, and you know what's crazy is Texas and Oklahoma are going to play each other next game. That's going to probably decide who wins the conference. Probably. Because I don't see Iowa State coming back. I don't see Oklahoma State sneaking in there. But that's just me. Now I'm going to go over the Big East. The standings for the Big East goes as follows. Of course, we know UConn women are up top. Of course. At 16-1, Villanova 14-3, Creighton 13-5, Marquette 11-6, St. John's 10-7, Seton Hall 10-8, DePaul 8-9, Georgetown 5-13, Providence 4-13, Butler 4-13, and Xavier 0-17. Yikes. Okay, now the Big Ten. The standings for that goes as follows. And granted, there are some games left for all these. There's games left for all these conferences. Like 2 for the Pac-12. I know that, for example. Some of them, the conferences end this next weekend. Then just have conference tournaments, or just it's the week after. so just be aware. Indiana, 16-1. Iowa, 14-2. Maryland, 13-3. Ohio State, 11-5. Michigan, 10-5. Illinois, 10-6. Purdue, 8-7. Nebraska, 6-10. Michigan State, 5-10. Rutgers, 5-10. Penn State, 4-12. Wisconsin, 3-12. Minnesota, 3-13. Northwestern, 2-14. And now the SEC. Of course, we know South Carolina is going to be at the top, and then LSU right behind them, just barely. I mean, head to head. I mean, South Carolina 14-0, LSU 13-1. But I will say their schedule's soft. Nobody else is ranked. Tennessee 12-2, Alabama 9-5, Ole Miss 9-5, Georgia 8-6, Mississippi State 8-6, Arkansas 6-8, Missouri 5-8, Auburn 4-10, Florida 3-11, Vanderbilt 3-11, Kentucky 2-12. Well, that serves that Kentucky women's basketball coach right, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm just saying that because of the Dre Edwards situation. It's the truth. She deserves it. Texas A&M 1-12. Granted, they do have a first-year head coach. That's the Power Six right there. I included the Big East because they're the closest in terms of Power Five in basketball, in my opinion. But if you want to know the American, I'm going to just go right ahead and state it. The standings: South Florida 13-1, East Carolina 10-4, Memphis 8-4, Houston 8-4, SMU 6-6, Tulsa 6-7, Tulane 6-8, Temple 5-8, Wichita State 5-8, UCF 2-10, Cincinnati 2-11. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. It's getting 500 subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.